The more you know. All right, hello everybody. It's Ian, Starship Adventures. We're getting things all hooked up here. Yeah, it was all right. Not a bad day, I guess. We had a great show at work. I love our Friday shows. They can be a lot of fun. Lots of spoofing going on with these videos again today. I guess there's nothing that can ever be done about that. People, they have videos on that are live, and they say they're live, and they're being broadcast as live, and yet they're not live. There's nothing live about it at all. Hey Victor, what's up? Hey Heath. Hey Las Vegas Diamond Company, what's up? Glad you guys are here. It is Friday night. I've got company coming into town. I've got a busy weekend. I've got crazy stuff. So I'm going to be here for a little while. We're going to go through the news. We're going to do the usual thing, and then I'm going to sign off. Let's see here. Pat, welcome in. Yeah, I hear it has been raining like crazy out in LA. In southern Los Angeles, or southern California, Los Angeles specifically. Let's take a look at that. We'll go ahead and start off with that. I always like to, if I've got somebody in here directly related to a news story, I like to start with that. So let's do that. Here we go. This is the heavy rain moving into Long Beach and points north of San Diego. Lots of heavy rain coming in. We've got some new features here, and this is the 24-hour rainfall. Is it going to work? I have never used this before. No, it doesn't appear that it wants to work. That kind of sucks. I was really hoping that would be cool. Alright, well, I guess not. That sucks. I've been waiting to use that, I swear. Here we go, 24-hour precip accumulation. There we go. That's better. That's what I'm looking for. All right, let's go back. Let's do storm total. Okay, this is storm total. Now, this means the amount of rain that has fallen. Let's look at. That's okay. This one here is just in 24 hours. So this is the last 24 hours. And you can see that areas north and west of Los Angeles, specifically Oxnard, Santa Clarita, Santa Barbara, those places have received quite a bit of rain. Where's the key on this? Well, that's pretty cool. It draws it in. That's pretty neat. I wish I knew where the key is. All right. Well, anyway, it's a lot of new stuff that I'm working with here. And there's a lot of really cool stuff that I can do now. Like we've got this I can click this button here and it makes everything 3D. Isn't that crazy? And look at this. We can now map out the storms in 3D. Tell me that ain't some cool shit. Yeah, Radar Omega. I'm not totally happy with this update, but there's a lot of new stuff in it that I like. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of new stuff I'm learning still, but I do like what I see so far. as this just continues to stream in, we are going to see some higher amounts there. I'm surprised there's not like flood warnings. We do have this flood watch. The whole area is covered currently by a flood watch. And it goes on for another 9 hours or so. All right, so that's that. That's the flooding rains out there. Now, other than that, there's not a whole lot going on nationwide, as you can see. We've got some crap working its way across the top. That's very technical, by the way. Crap, moving its way across the northern tier up there. All right. I got company coming into town, so like I said, I'm not going to be on but about an hour tonight. We're going to cover the news and we're going to move on. Tomorrow night, I will not be on tomorrow night. I am going to take my bye day on Saturdays like I do sometimes, and I will be, I'm going to be doing some stuff tomorrow night, so I'm not going to be on. But I will be back on Sunday. Now, here's the thing. I do plan to do some radio stuff this weekend. Possibly some tomorrow, Sunday for sure. I do plan on doing some radio stuff, and I plan on doing some of the broadcasting live. So I'll let you know how it goes. I'll let you know what I'm going to do, and I'll keep you guys advised. And for sure, Sunday night, 9 o'clock, and we're back for the full week. We do it 6 nights a week, sometimes 7 nights a week. Lately, the last 3, not the last 2 weekends because I was on vacation, but the 3 Saturdays before that I was live. So we've been doing the Saturdays. Yeah, I think we're going to definitely see some flooding out there, which is exactly what they don't need because, as you guys know, areas that are stripped by a really hot fire, it tends to kill all the a lot of the vegetation off. The vegetation, the roots and the debris from the vegetation are part of what holds the foundation of the mountain in place. And so when you have a steep mountain or even a fairly steep mountain and a lot of the vegetation has been killed and those roots are rotting away and they're not holding the ground together anymore. And believe it or not, that's all it takes to get a really good mudslide going. All right. Well, welcome everybody. I'm hoping to get some stuff done this weekend, but there's just like 50 things going on, so I have no idea how much is going to get done. But I have been working on the studio. Those of you who know, it's been a difficult deal here, but I am working on the studio. This whole side of the studio is shut down. It's not even turned on. But I plan to get a lot of it up next week or over the weekend. I want to get a lot of these feeds back up, so we're going to do that. So this side of the studio is on. That side over there is literally just shut down. The whole side of the studio is shut down. But I do plan on turning it back on and getting it going again. So anyway, my name is Ian. This is Starship Studios, and we are broadcasting live from Southwest Florida, which is in North Fort Myers, and we broadcast worldwide on YouTube, the world's largest broadcast platform, and we're broadcasting over fiber optic. And I got to tell you, we are glass from here all the way to the big blue internet box, and it works great, and we're happy about that. Now, I got to tell you guys, we've got a lot going on. There's not a whole lot of breaking news tonight to cover. There is, we've got one volcano spewing there, that's Fuego, and I've got it there right here. You can see it right above me here. I'm hoping none of that spills on me. And above that was what was left of a protest going on at an ice facility, and right as we took to air, it went offline. We got, I've just got Fox 4 now, or Fox Now on, or whatever it is, Live Now, whatever that news channel is. And then over there on the other one there, that's This is supposedly a protest in progress. Now, is it live? I have no idea. I tried. I've looked at it for a few minutes, and I do not recognize anything about the people or what they're doing or the signs. So I believe that's live. That's in front of the ice facility. There's probably about 20, 25 protesters out there, and they're all just basically standing around. Isn't that right, Mama Bleep? Yeah, I got all my kitties in here tonight. So that's what's going on. There's not a whole lot going on as far as the kind of stuff we cover on here. I do want to mention, and let me pull it up over here so I can show you guys while I'm talking about it, because that always works best. As you guys know, we had a coronal mass ejection from the sun, and this created those three energy waves that ended up creating all those auroras the other night, right? Remember that? Well, that cluster of sunspots is about to move over the eastern limb. As that happens, they'll disappear behind the sun, and they won't be a nuisance for us for a few days, 3 or 4 days, while they traverse the back of the sun, and then they'll eventually emerge back around again. And so anyway, last night, or I'm sorry, this morning, it decided, and it was going to release an amazing amount of energy, and it did. The circle you see in the middle, the black circle, is a protection that covers over the sun so that the sun doesn't shine into the camera, the chronograph. And so basically, the sun is behind that. It's behind that dark circle. You can see the coronal mass ejection exploding there on the sun. Most of it is hurling off away from us, but we are going to get a glancing blow in a couple of days, and they're talking G1, G2. So we're talking about Arctic Canada and skywatchers in the north. This is probably not going to produce something that comes down into the U.S. Like this last one did. What a shame. This last one was another great opportunity for people all over the country to simply walk outside and see the Aurora Borealis. It was photographed from as far south as El Salvador, amazingly enough. All right, so basically what we've got is after 2 full days of widespread auroras, the Veterans Day geomagnetic storm is finally over. The storm began on November 11th when a pair of closely spaced coronal mass ejections hit Earth, then continued on November 12th with the arrival of the third coronal mass ejection. Coronal mass ejections are simply stellar matter, plasma that's been hurled towards Earth from our sun. Peak levels registered during this event was G4. We saw that. We were on the air when that happened, and we saw the auroras. I even got a view of them here on the tower cam. And it was very, very strong for many hours. It stayed as a G3 storm. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. The spaceweather.com, for a small amount of money, does offer a alerting service. I don't have it, but eventually I will. It's one of those things where once the income comes in steady, I'm going to get that, because that would be a great thing to get those alerts. Another major solar flare. I just showed you the explosion that hurled off of sunspot 4274. It erupted again today at about 8:30 Universal Time, producing an X4 class solar flare. I'm very tired tonight, guys, and I'm all tongue-tied. Extreme ultraviolet radiation from the flare caused a shortwave radio blackout over the Indian Ocean. More importantly, the explosion hurled a CME into space. Most of this fast-moving coronal mass ejection will miss Earth. However, a NASA model is suggesting now that it is going to deliver us a glancing blow right into the side of our planet's magnetic field late November 16th. If so, an impact could spark minor to moderate G1 or G2 class geomagnetic storms on the night of the 16th. That would be nothing like the severe storms on November 11th and 12th, however, but still potentially nice displays if you're far enough north. All right, so there you go. That's what we've got going on with space weather. The sun is angry right now. As you guys know, we are right at the top of the solar cycle. And we're seeing the most violent time for our sun right now. And so that's kind of just the way it is. There's nothing that can be done about it. I don't know. The backside of these are just as potent as the front side. I don't know. We still could get another big CME like this over the next months. We will be in maximum still for another 6 months to a year. So I mean, this goes on for a while. 18 minutes past the top of the hour. Hey everybody. WWV. I'm not sure if I've been to that one, but I'm putting it on my show notes. No, Canna Club, not to my knowledge. No. No, your electronics would be more susceptible than your cats and dogs. Now, do they make them act strangely? Sure. Any big changes in our space weather environment, our Earth weather environment, our seismic environment, anything like that is going to have an effect on animals because they're just so much more sensitive than we are to environmental changes. But I've never heard of any harm ever coming to animals because of these things. During the Carrington event, people were electrocuted by telegraph lines and railroad tracks and things like that. Anything that was metal that ran over a long distance. Oh, look who it is. It's Eddie Earl. Hi, Ed Earl. What you doing, big man? You gonna say hi to everybody? Why are you acting so weird? Come here. Come here. Bleepers down here. And they don't like fighting each other, so they generally try to steer a little around each other. What you doing, big man? It's Mama Blee. All right. So anyway, yeah, I Junior, I do believe it definitely affects the cats. Cats can feel earthquakes at about half what we can feel. I mean, sometimes when they're alerted to something, and you're like, they're acting weird, they're running all over the house, and you find out later there was a very small earthquake, a lot smaller than you could ever detect, but your cat or your dog detected it. Yeah. All right, so anyway, that was the Veterans Day solar storm, and right now there is a coronal hole right now on the sun's surface, which is giving us some solar winds. That's keeping things a little bit disturbed. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so anyway, the Aurora oval looks pretty good right now. Not a lot going on. And we're going to keep an eye on that for the rest of the show here. Can I help you, Ed? What's this all about, you guys think? All right, anyway, let's take a look at the news. What we got going on in the news tonight? Oh boy. All right, this just breaking on Fox National, trending number 4 right now on Fox National. Explosive new documentary probes 80-year-old global cover-up of UFO secrets. Director Dan Farah interviews senior officials who claim to have seen craft and non-human bodies. For decades, military pilots, radar operators, and ordinary citizens have reported strange objects darting through the skies, often dismissed by officials or buried under classification. Despite congressional hearings and government task force, little clarity has emerged about what Americans are actually seeing in the skies. Now, the director of the new explosive documentary is pulling back the curtain on this mystery. Director and producer Dan Ferris sat down with Fox News' Brett Baer Friday to discuss his new documentary, The Age of Disclosure. And I do believe we are in the beginning stages of that final disclosure now. For a very long time, the public, Congress, and even the president have been kept out of the loop on this subject. In the last few years, senior members of Congress and senior members of the administration, thanks to whistleblowers, have found out what's been going on. And now they're in pursuit of the truth for themselves and for the American people. This film explores the alleged 80-year global cover-up of non-human intelligent life and a secret race among world powers to reverse engineer advanced technology of non-human origin. It features interviews with 34 senior members of the U.S. government, military, and intelligence communities, including Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Every single person I interviewed made it very clear that it was no longer a question of whether this was a real situation. He said, it's a very real situation. Farah, who worked on the film for more than 3 years, said each person he spoke to had direct knowledge of the issue and extreme credibility. We've had repeat instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities, and it's not ours, Rubio said in the trailer. He said in the film reveals how the U.S. government is engaged in a high-stakes secret Cold War race with adversarial nations like China and Russia to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin. I believe solid-state technology it came too fast after vacuum tubes, and I think that we had a quantum leap there because of stuff we found. The first country that's able to crack the code on this alien technology will be the leader for years to come. Farah said some are calling it the Manhattan Project on steroids. The fear here is if another nation wins the race, it could really change the layout and the lay of the land in terms of power. And this thing is still loading pictures while I'm trying to read it. Now it's locked up. That's the thing. I can't get this thing to scroll anymore. Come on. Okay. High-level officials in the film claim the issue was moved away from presidential oversight with defense contractors. Give me a break. Whatever. I'm very frustrated tonight, guys. It's been a very long week. Now we have leaders. Oh no, I hear a little kitten outside.
Hi everyone, look what we just found in the yard. Literally walked in and it's crying. Look. Hi Mama Bleep Bleep. Bleep Bleep. Bleep 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 Bleep. Hi Hi Mom Boy. Look at this. There's more kittens out there that are underneath the shack. Can you believe this? It's a girl.
Must be a girl, it's mouthy.
It's a girl. Bleep bleep. Yeah, that's not yours, is it? Hi, baby.
Look at Ed behind you.
Ed, look what we got. Daddy kitty.
Daddy wants
Look
it.
at this. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, hey everybody. Yeah, we got kittens out there. I have no idea which cat they came out of. One of the neighbors, I think. If anybody needs a cat, let me know. I'll pay the shipping. No, it's not a bobcat. It's a kitty cat. Trust me. Daddy, go out there with it. I'll let you out. You want to go out? He's freaking out because he loves kittens. He loves kittens. The other ones, however, do not love kittens. Mama Bleep's like, no, I quit throwing them out years ago. All right, so anyway, that's the story on that. I thought it was interesting because when it comes to UFOs, I really do believe that we've been visited. We have been visited for a long time. Whether they're extra dimensional, extra temporal, or extraterrestrial, I don't know. And for those of you who don't listen to the channel a lot, when I say all those things I just said, let me tell you what they mean. Extra dimensional means from another dimension. And I don't know exactly what that means. We don't know exactly what that means. But from another universe, a parallel universe, from another existence, another reality, another location that exists alongside ours. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but another dimension, okay? Extra temporal, meaning it could be us from the future. It could be us from the past. It could be someone else from the future. It could be someone else from the past. And then extraterrestrial, someone who has traversed the distance of space and come here from another solar system. Those are all the possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities here. And when you start adding things like God and religion, there's even more possibilities here. Regardless of what you think, there's definitely something going on here. You know, 20 years ago when I first started researching UFOs, I was out in the middle of the night on a call out in the middle of nowhere up in Charlotte County, and I saw some stuff in the sky. Earlier in my life as a child, as a 14-year-old up on my uncle's farm in Plant City, Florida, I saw a UFO hovering over the field. And I watched it for the longest time and listened to it. I know these things exist. I've seen them. You know, I know fact certain they exist. And when I started researching these things, what I found was, you know, you guys have heard of MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. They get tens of thousands of reports a year, credible reports. That does not include all the other reports that are not given because people don't want to come forward. 9 out of 10 reports are not ever made. So if there's 10,000 reports, we can almost assume that there's 100,000 credible sightings. Then when you add military sightings and pilot sightings and professional sightings and radar sightings and all this kind of stuff on there, all right, all these people can't be crazy. They can't all be nuts.
Scuff Radio is inside looking for some stuff.
Cool.
Hi everyone. Hi Bleep Bleep. I do Mama Girl.
She almost died, that one.
Hi Poppies.
Yeah, he changed his status 2 days ago to indoor.
I put one foot under there for that kitten.
Okay,
Whoever
good.
else is under there.
Cool. Did you give something to Blue?
Yes, and Tony come breaking ass in there.
Yet Tony begs for it and wants it, but he don't eat much of it. Anyway.
Victor, I told you I'd be in studio. Who else we got? Jungle Jordy. All these people that I talk to.
Yeah, Deploribus and
Deploribus.
Canna Club's in there.
Canna Club.
Yeah, hey everybody.
Carlotta Alada, in case y'all don't know.
AJL Gaming. Thanks for coming in, guys. Harvey Esquire, thank you for being here. And the neighbor in Moorhead. That's cool. Thank you for being here.
Where's Danny at? They send out the pickle sign.
David Danny was in last night.
Yeah, I was in with her.
Yeah, she was in last night.
Oh, I went and seen the boys.
That's cool. All right, guys, I'm going to call. Go ahead and give me anything you want in the chat room. We'll do a quick discussion real quick. And then I'm going to let you guys go early tonight. I'm going to start enjoying my weekend.
Coming through Northport, meteor. Saw
Really?
one, yes. And
A fireball?
it was orange. This one was orange. Joseph saw one night before last driving back up there.
Nice.
Yep, and we saw the red skies. And he had a friend in Kissimmee that could see the red skies of the auroras.
Oh, wow.
So we got to see him up there. So that was cool. 10 o'clock.
We were sent so many amazing pictures of the Aurora.
Guys, 10 o'clock, 10:05 and 10:55. There's going to be a double launch of the rocket tonight. They're doing them like within an hour apart. So check out Space Flight now. But they are going to be doing 2 rocket launches from Cape Canaveral.
Cool. All right.
I don't mean to overtake your show.
No, that's cool. I'm doing a short show tonight. It's Friday.
Hey Heath, how you doing?
Yeah. And I've got to put in, I've still got to put in 3 weekend shows tonight before I can go to bed. So
Yeah.
I've got a lot to do, and it's going to be a busy day tomorrow. So, all right, what else we got, guys? What else you want to talk about? Give me, put it in the chat room.
The price of gas is beyond. No, I'm kidding.
It's $2.75, I think here.
Early bird.
Price of gas is it's slowly dropping, and the price of gas is generally speaking kind of the beginning. You can, whatever the gas does, everything else will follow, because the gas affects everything. Gas prices absolutely affect everything you got, and what everything costs, and so that's kind of what it is. All right.
Hi, Junior. How are you? Look, can they see Ed Earl? Doing he's gonna do his,
Oh yeah, can you guys see him? He's weird. This cat's weird.
this is how he drinks water, y'all. Here, Eddie.
He can't just drink it. He's got to like freak out with it. He's got to get freaky with it.
I bleep bleep. Bleep bleep. Bleep 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 bleep. Bleep 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 bleep. Mama girl.
All right, let's see what else do we got here. Yeah, Heath, we'll do that. I'm going out Sunday to do some parks.
And he's gonna do some things with us tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff with them tomorrow, and I'm actually, we've got Mom's doing a little better. She's doing great, and I'm going to be picking her up. We're now able to go do stuff with her, and so I'm picking her up, and I'm going to go work some parks with her. She wants to watch me do it, so and I may broadcast it too. I haven't decided how we're going to do it yet. Hey, Daddy Kitty.
There's your mama boy. Hi, baby.
She's been gone for work, and so the cats miss the hell out of her when she comes home. Yeah, we're gonna try. I'm probably. I definitely am gonna be doing some POTA on Sunday afternoon, for sure. I'm doing. I've plotted a course out with 4 or 5 parks I can do.
And we got Winter Field Day coming up in January.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing Winter Field Day with the Tampa team like I did the Summer Field Day. And that'll be cool. That's fun. I call them the Tampa team. There's about 20 teams up there. It's one of the small teams up in Tampa, and in Tampa area. And I'm going to be doing Winter Field Day with them with my new FT 710, which will kick ass and take names.
Which one goes up there?
This one right here.
Oh, you gotta go on my chat.
What you want?
My chat.
Oh, yeah. It's not that busy tonight, so it won't make a difference.
Hi, Redbeard. How are you? Daddy kitty, nobody wants to see your bejeweled butt.
Off the keyboard.
Yeah, homie, come here.
When you go to pick him up, he goes dead weight. He don't want to be picked up. He goes dead weight. Yeah, he's a good one.
He's a good boy.
Yep.
Hi, baby.
They're all glad to see her. They haven't seen her in a few weeks.
Little babies.
Red says hi.
Hi, Red.
Well, it's good to see everybody tonight. There certainly is just not a lot going on tonight, which I guess is a good thing. I'm not familiar with anything big going on this weekend other than, like she said, there's the launches that are coming up tonight.
10:04 and 10:55.
Yep, those are coming up pretty soon, so you might want to go catch those.
Unless something happens.
So, yep, you may want to catch those. Oh, look at me yawning. All right, everybody, forgive me, but I'm going to call it a short night, okay? I got a lot to do tonight, and I'm going to go ahead and call it. I've been doing some long shows lately. If you guys need to get a hold of me, my call sign is at gmail.com. You guys can get me there. You can get me through you can also email me through the channel. And I do check the comments on the videos and stuff too. You can get me that way. All right, I guess that's about it.
He's playing dead cat. There's nothing wrong with him. He's just laying here. He's got babies outside that are just the right age he likes. Under the shack, apparently. Another Siamese kitty. She's got long hair.
We'll find. We've adopted the last one.
Auntie Cat, are you watching?
Yeah.
Spike and Ducky need a brother. They need a Sarah.
I don't think Spike and Ducky need a brother.
A sister.
Sister, whatever.
They need a Sarah.
Yep, like, share, and subscribe, everybody. I do appreciate it. All right, and I'm gonna put the radio in the car Monday. I'm gonna be doing radio, tomorrow, Saturday morning. We'll be doing radio all weekend. So you guys have a good one out there, and I'll see you guys Sunday night. Okay, 2 days from now, Sunday night. We'll be back here at 9 p.m. for the Sights and Sounds of Earth. But look for me in the meantime. I will be doing some other videos throughout the weekend, so make sure you got that bell turned on. All right?
Why don't you just lick your ass for everybody?
You gonna say goodnight to everybody?
Poppies.
All right.
Bye, everyone. You never know when we're going to pop in studio. Scuffed Radio is here too, but he's doing some stuff, so he didn't come in just yet. But you'll see him around.
All right, guys, I'm going to catch you later. Have a good night and a great weekend, and we'll see you Sunday night at 9 p.m. right here for the Sights and Sounds of Earth.